Quedó ahí. Mandan el video, por favor, para que alguien le ayude.
While the Poza Rica, Mexico, October 10, 2025. In eastern Mexico, in the northern part of the state of Veracruz, the city of Poza Rica on the Gulf of Mexico coast was hit by a massive flood caused by the overflowing of the Quezon River. Within hours, heavy tropical rains hit the city, causing flooding. Roads, homes, and businesses were destroyed, power and communications were cut off, and the lives of hundreds of families were fundamentally changed. The entire region was paralyzed by the flood. The flooding began at 6 a.m. and quickly swept through the entire Poza Rica region. The water level of the Cazones River rose 3.5 meters above its normal level, reaching 46 meters. Videos broadcasted showed the city submerged in brown water and streets turned into rivers. The floodwaters swept away cars, trees, and household goods, creating the most horrific picture of the city in recent years. The recent heavy rains in the region were caused by a combination of two weather phenomena: a low-pressure trough in the western Gulf of Mexico and a monsoon trough along the Pacific coast. These two factors caused clouds to form over northern Veracruz, and the rain continued for 3 days, according to the National Weather Service. In Poza Rica, two neighborhoods were the most affected: Floresta and Cazones, where the extent of the destruction and the extensive flooding of streets and buildings was evident. Many families were forced to leave their homes. The streets were littered with floating furniture, fallen trees, and submerged vehicles, and transport services were canceled. Videos posted on social media showed cars being swept away by the floodwaters for several meters. The Navy was on standby. The DA-3E plan, which carried out evacuation operations, was activated by Mexican forces, and the Marina plan was activated as a naval protocol. Meanwhile, the Taji plan was activated by security units. These plans included the dispatch of hundreds of soldiers and rescue teams to flooded neighborhoods, providing temporary shelter to those in need. The regions of Poza Rica and Alamo felt the most of the effects of the rainfall and the flooding of the rivers. The overflowing of the Cazones and Panapec rivers flooded residential areas, industrial areas, and vast agricultural lands. According to the Veracruz state government, 48 municipalities in the north were affected by the flooding, and 14 villages were severely damaged. Communication with small villages was cut off due to landslides.
Quedó ahí. Mandan el video, por favor, para que alguien le ayude.
While the federal government announced that it was assessing the casualties and damages caused by the floods for states were affected by the heavy rains: San Luis Potosí, Puebla, Querétaro, and Veracruz. The president called on Mexican residents to cooperate in registering the damages and to show their national solidarity.
Por favor, alguien que lo ayude, por favor.
Local and federal forces are coordinating efforts to help affected areas and assess the damage. A police officer died while helping people in Veracruz state, and another officer from the relief team died in Querétaro state. Classes have been suspended in Puebla and 3 other states. The move said, to ensure the safety of students in Poza Rica and surrounding areas, commercial units and businesses were damaged. In the city center, shops, workshops, and warehouses were flooded. A vendor reported that clothes on shelves were no longer usable and that products and food were spoiled due to power outages. Roads collapsed and highways were blocked by landslides, preventing rescue teams from reaching remote areas in time. Large puddles of water have formed around oil production facilities in the industrial zone, disrupting production activities and causing oil pollution. According to Canagua experts, the river water level rose 3 meters above normal by midnight, and the possibility of flooding remains due to continuous rainfall.
Carretera, mira hasta dónde le